You know, I don't post a lot on my YouTube account, but I have a morning reflection. That reflection is that the power of America is our ability to say no. What I mean by that is that the founding fathers and the founding generations created a moment in history where they could look a powerful man in the eye, the King of England, or British officer, and say no. They didn't hate that person. They didn't hate their traditions or their society or their values. They just wanted to be able to say no. And they built a nation and a society based on the idea that a person, albeit with significant limitations at first, could look at that leader, that dignitary, that, quote, very important person, unquote, and say, no, I'm not doing that. And that experiment, that concept, took off like wildfire because people could say no. And we are blessed to have grown that idea from being a notion to a fully realized concept where all persons are created equal, and where we as people are acknowledged as having rights endowed upon us by our Creator, not granted by a state or government or leader. And our loyalties are not bound to a clan or a tribe or a person. And we can change them, and we can say no. Now, looping this back around to today, when I see people gleefully asserting that, quote, you have to do this because the president says, or, quote, well, the president has the power, unquote, that's missing the point. The entire reason that the United States has a legislature and a judiciary is so the president or governor or even a mayor cannot randomly make laws. Executive orders can be issued that somewhat affect the governing and operation of the executive branch, but a president cannot unilaterally create a law. That's how our entire system works. If a president could unilaterally create a law, we would be living in a dictatorship. That would be tyranny. That is literally the textbook definition of tyranny. So, wherever you fall on the partisan spectrum, I would like you to consider this. Any leader who touts their ability to make laws based on their own whims is, by definition, a tyrant. And tyranny is fundamentally incompatible with everything that the United States of America stands for. So, as you go about your day, think of this. The real power of the United States, amongst many others, is our ability to say no.